everything I spit rare. We sounded that great. Area podcast, they talk about hip hop all the way in the UK, so they gon' get props. Ooh, let me catch it once again. Every time I'm spitting, I'll be
for the people that listen to us, they'll know how this works. They know how Discog Discussion works. But for those who have never listened to an episode of it, we will share how it works now. So basically, Discog Discussion is a series in which we celebrate some of our favorite artists. We usually separate an artist's career into 3 eras. For this one, a very special edition, we've done 4. So you'll have 2 parts. And we basically each pick a song within an era and talk about why we've selected that song, whether it's one of our favorites or if it reminds us of a certain time in our lives. And we just go through that person's career and, as I said, celebrate what they've done. And this week is probably one of our favorite people, let alone artists, and it's Mac Miller. And what was that noise?
I don't know.
What was that noise, man?
It was a nice sound effect, though.
What
was that?
Yeah. I don't know what the heck. Yeah.
Oh, I know what that is.
A nice flow.
I know what that is. It's from my Google Calendar. It's the notification for the fact that I should be on this call now.
we need that on the soundboard. We need that. Okay. Should we run through the errors, or should we just get straight into the first error? What are we doing?
Run through. Give them a run through, innit?
Yeah, give them a run through. They need a run through.
We'll
get a run through. Okay, so like I say, 4 errors this time. The first error, we've called it Easy Mac with the cheesy raps. So Mac's career between 2007 and 2011. So the mixtape era up until the debut album. Era 2 is 2012 to 2014. We've called that It Must Be the Drugs. So Macadelic to Faces, those times. Era 3, 2015 to 2017. We've got his major label debut and just the overall evolution of his sound into things like the Divine Feminine. And last but not least, Era 4, Swimming in Circles. Okay, so Kieran, you're kicking us off for Era 1. So what's your pick?
Full Aid and Frozen Pizza.
Oh, classic.
Straight in, I like it.
Kids. Hey, Kool-Aid and frozen pizza. It's the work of art. I ain't talking Mona Lisa. Dream of rock.
Great starting point. That was my actual introduction to Mac Miller, by the way.
I think it was a lot of people's introduction to Mac Miller. That song popped off, in 2010, 2011 time? Like, that was the big song for him.
Yeah, it came out 2010, but I think I heard it sort of spring, early summer 2011. That's when that was the first time I heard it, yeah.
I was...
So Kieran, how come?
Oh, yeah, go on. I was going to say...
sorry, Sam.
I was going to say Kieran and me were on a massive, Dat Piff binge around these times, so we were listening to a lot of music, 2010 times, 2009, sorry. And I don't know if Kieran sent me this or the whole mixtape. I don't know if what Kieran remembers, but go on, Kieran.
I'm gonna be real. This Mac era is a weird one for me because he was all over the radio and kind of, I don't know, I just wasn't feeling him. I don't even know when I first heard this song. No, I'm feeling emotional after listening to that song though, because I don't know. I heard this maybe a year ago. I don't know if I heard it when it dropped, but it just resonated with me. Some of the lyrics, I was like, wow, he really knew where he was going to end up. He definitely wasn't there at this point, but you could see the brags he was making actually came true, which isn't something you see that often. Yeah, it just resonated with me a lot.
It's like his Juicy, this song.
Yeah, and it feels happy. It feels so happy and innocent.
That's what I mean, yeah.
There's no dark bits in it. I feel like the only dark line is probably I'm climbing up the Great Wall, haven't fallen yet. And it's that's quite ambiguous anyway. That's kind of maybe he's talking about the music industry. I don't know, but yeah, it's just happy.
One thing though about this era of Mac, even though kind of Sean's called it Easy Mac with the cheesy raps, right? That wasn't cheesy. That was just kind of
that was the
snapback and skateboard type music that was big then.
That's why I picked this tune, because I find this era so cheesy. Even where it's the raps are good, there's just like cheese as well. But this one isn't that.
Oh dear.
Well, yeah, his name before Mac Miller was Easy Mac, and I don't know where the whole Cheesy Mac thing came from. I think it was just around this era. He was kind of lumped into that frat rapper bracket or that sort of subgenre.
Yeah.
And in
Like
fairness,
Asher
a lot of the
Roth
music
and all
was
of them.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm kind of with you, Kieran. I mean, like I said, I first heard Mac Miller and this song specifically around sort of mid 2011, and instantly was like drawn towards him because there was that innocence, that fun. It was just that whole summer was Mac Miller was playing the whole time. You know what I mean? It was the vibe for how old were we? 17 at the time or something like that. It wasn't until I would say
Theo was 27.
Blue Slide Park where I kind of
Theo doesn't know no age.
Cool.
It wasn't
under
until
wraps.
Blue Slide Park where I was like, oh, this isn't clicking with me, and I started to kind of, I weren't really checking for Mac after that. Blue Slide Park was a disappointing debut, but I mean we can get more into that a bit later on. But yeah, this was like the kind of the peak of that era for me. This kind of stuff that he was making.
I'm gonna be real. Like I like it in hindsight, this period, but in it's only era 2 from where I started liking Mac as a rapper. But I think this one, there's one single. I wonder if anyone chooses it, but that one I like. Yeah, but I think we should move on.
Right. Man's calling all the shots. That says it's time to move on. Fuck all that.
Kieran's got somewhere to be.
Just
I want to hear what the next pick is, whether it's that single I'm talking about or not.
who's next? Is it me?
All right,
Was it you?
Sam? You're next. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, you're next.
My pick is from a project that I really, really enjoyed. It's got strong ties to kind of sixth form, coming of age times. And for me, this project came out near my birthday. So I'm always a fan of anything that comes out near my birthday because nowadays it's a bit different. I feel like much music doesn't come out in March because of the pandemic or whatever. But this came out like the week after my 17th birthday, and I was already a Mac Miller fan, / had him in my peripheral vision. And this project has bangers like Donald Trump and In the Air, which I know to most people those don't sound like bangers, and obviously Donald Trump is cancelled now. But back then, Donald Trump was a wavy guy. But the song I've chosen is called Wear My Hat.
Hey, turn the beat up a little bit more. Yeah. That's good. And it's the best day ever.
Yeah, that song to me, I don't know. It just felt good at the time. Back then days, I wasn't driving. I used to ride my bike everywhere. And that song just had good bike ridey vibes. Like I used to just ride my bike, listen to that. The beat's nice. The lyrics are easy. And it kind of had like a, not like Motown, but like a kind of soul-ish feel to it with the end bit where he's kind of just like talking shit and saying some dumb stuff, which is kind of indicative of like what Kieran said of what he was like in the future, where he was making less rap music and more kind of just like spoken word based singy-ish type stuff. Like he's kind of singing on the hook, but not singing too much. So yeah, for me in era 1, that was like one of, if not my favorite Mac songs. And obviously Donald Trump, but Donald Trump is a bit cheesy. And I feel like this whole project kind of resonated with me because some of the samples used were from songs that I'd been listening to at the time. Like there's a Sufjan Stevens sample on Donald Trump, and I just listened to that album the year before, and I was like, oh my God, like I'm like up to date with music. Like people are sampling the shit that I listen to. So like I'm really locked in. But yeah, I feel like that's kind of what that song solidified my my liking of Mac, because it was just a creatively good song and the beat was different.
Yeah, I think the consensus is that Kids is kind of his, well, of this period of time anyway, the sort of general favourite, but Best Day Ever is, I would say, second. I think them two kind of come together. They did for me anyway. Like those were the two main mixtapes that summer of 2011 that I was banging out. So yeah, that song that you picked got plenty of plays from me as well. Yeah. Nice pick. I haven't actually heard that in so long though. I mean, other than when I was like re-listening to his discography for this, but I hadn't heard it in, oh my God, well over 5 years when I first heard it.
Aged very well.
But the thing is, when he died, I went back and I was like, what were the songs that I used to like? So I went back and I listened to that song. I was like, yeah, this was the one that kind of made me think like, oh, Mac Miller's got something special going on. So I listened to it quite a lot over the last couple of years, but obviously it's it's old, but it feels fine. Like it doesn't feel like as dated as stuff on Kids does. And obviously some stuff on this album or mixtape does.
All right. Well, Kieran picked my pick, so I'm going to go for something else.
There's no way you picked Kool-Aid and frozen pizza going third, not thinking someone else was going to pick that.
Huh? No, it was no. That's why we have multiple picks each, though.
Yeah, bro, I've
that's exactly why we have it.
I haven't got multiple picks. So I know mine are weird.
That's why I say everyone pick 4 per error, so you don't have to worry about someone picking.
I've got more than a few picks because I think people are going to pick error 3 and error 4. Nah, people are going to try and pick some of my picks. So I had to have multiple.
I know I'm safe. I know I'm looking at mine now, and I know I'm fucking safe, especially with error 2. Anyway, so Sean.
So for my pick, we're going back to Kids, and it's Good Evening.
Goosebumps.
Man,
Yes,
that song is amazing. I did not think you were going to pick that, man, because after Kool-Aid and Frozen Pizza, this is the song that made me a Mac fan. I'm telling you, this just memories of 2011 of this song. There's just the beat, the way Mac is just riding on it, flowing, just everything. That song is, I love it. It's just such a great song.
What it is for me is the hunger in it. So, especially on the second verse where he's kind of like, he's coming for the game. He's saying, I'm here, I'm the best. And I love that. And I think what it is let's be honest about this period. Like we've said, obviously there are songs that we all like and that have stood the test of time, but a lot of it is cheesy and hasn't aged so well and comes within that sort of frat boy rap kind of genre and whatnot. But for me, for this one, if there was I'm trying to go back to the time, if there was someone who was really into their hip hop and I wanted to introduce them to Mac Miller, along with like a Kool-Aid and Frozen Pizza, this would be the one I would have shared with them. I would have said, check this out. Not just because, of the hunger, but it's the way, like you say, the way he's riding the beat. Obviously, like Sam said in the chat, shout out the, Drake sample as well. But there was just an energy about this one where it was like, I've arrived now, and it's just nostalgic as hell. Just puts me back into that summer 2011 vibe, big time, yeah.
It's so nostalgic. That's what it's just. The song's iconic. One of my favorite Mac songs.
And I feel like he used to sample songs that he would be listening to at that time. So obviously we got this in 2010, but that song by Drake had only just come out the year before. So it's like everyone was listening to that Drake song, and then I don't remember if people were hearing Mac Miller because everyone was like, oh, he sampled Drake. Because obviously back then there wasn't really like a big place to talk about things like this, but people were definitely like looking for remix versions of songs and chopped and screwed and whatever else was happening. So I feel like I heard a chopped and screwed version of Good Evening, and I was like, why do I recognize this sample more now? I'm like, oh, it's Drake. Like I didn't know back then, because I don't think back then there was who sampled and all that kind of shit. So it's interesting.
Yeah. And I guess
he chooses.
And the other thing as well is it's not just, I wouldn't have just shared it as an introductory song, but if there were people out there that were like, nah, I don't like Mac Miller, man, and they were talking about songs like Donald Trump or like Knock Knock or is it The Spins, I think. Do you know what I mean? Like those sorts of tracks. I would have gone, no, this is the one. Check this one. Check what he's saying. Check the beat he's rapping over. Max hip hop. Listen to this guy. This would have been the one. Yeah, man. But there's a couple of things now listening back that just they hit a little bit differently. Like when he says stuff like young and so much time to go, it's like,
he said he could stick around 100 more years.
Yep.
He barely made it another 10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But also positive ones are so like, I be on some shit they ain't done before, taking over piece by piece, starting from the core. It's like he started with like raps and boom bap and stuff, and then as it escalates to the later stages of his career of the circle swimming, it's different. That's not like core hip hop at all anymore.
Prophesizing, and that's what I mean about how he was kind of coming for the game. Like he was announcing himself, like I'm here with this generation. Like we speak about it a lot with your Kendricks, your Coles, your Crits, whatever. He was like, I'm here too. Put me in that conversation.
He's always had a sense of his own mortality though, because even in this song he says, I hope they're serving beer in hell. I'm like, you've always kind of had a mind for these things.
Yeah,
Madness.
Absolutely. Right, Theo, your turn.
Right. So I was gonna pick Good Evening, seeing as I love that song and that song is resonant, but it's a good thing I had a backup. So my pick is on Kids as well, but you'll be lucky to know it's not off the main Kids, it's off the deluxe version. So it's Back in the Day.
Back in the day when it was a dream, nobody believed in what I could be. But now I'm laughing at them like, ah.
Yeah, it's just a nice chill vibe, but it's also like the lyrics that Mac's saying. He takes you in the insight into what it was like growing up, and just he's also showing his obviously his harmonizing and his ability to sing as well, because that's what he wanted to actually do when he was growing up. He wanted to be a singer, but when he heard hip hop, that's what he wanted. So he's showing you both sides of the coin, really. He's showing you his singing ability and his rapping ability, and some of the lyrics, just how he painted that picture within that song of just, yeah, everyone looked at him just like an average Joe kid. You're not going to make it out in hip hop or anything, but he's striving and he's made his way along. And obviously the hook references that because he's now laughing because he's there. He's followed his dream. It's a song that I can listen to and I can smile, not in regards to Mac, because there's certain songs that I listen to and it just, well, I don't know, it just breaks my heart. Just makes me think that Mac is still, I just wish he was still here. But at least I listen to that song and it's positive and I feel happy and smile. Even though he's up in the stars now, I can have a positive outcome.
Reminds you of simpler times.
Yeah,
that song.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's interesting that three of us picked a song from Kids.
It just shows you that for this era, that's what really defines him for most people. Because Blue Slide Park was not a good debut. Like, it just didn't grip people like he thought it would. But
I just didn't like the way Mac was presented in like radio, and just how he was being put out there. It's like this is what he is, because I wasn't enjoying what I was hearing at all. I feel like if I was shown these songs though, like all four that we listened to back in those days, there's no way I would have denied it, because it's like, how can you hate on someone that's just like being themselves, and like it's good raps as well. But that wasn't what I was hearing on the radio. I like Donald Trump. That was the single I was talking about, because like, I don't know, I guess I like the sample, but I don't know. I just feel bad, didn't it? Like, I was one of the Mac haters back in the day.
I don't think.
Well, at least you're being honest. At least you're being honest.
Yeah, you're being honest.
He didn't deserve it though. Yeah, I'm just like, it had to be one of us in the group, innit? And I feel so bad now, because I know like that drove him.
You shouldn't feel bad, because Blue Slide Park though, like, was such a letdown as a debut, man. The sounds, like, you know, like obviously the picks that we picked. If you like listen to that, it's so much that when you get to Blue Slide Park, you are not hearing any of what we've picked. This is what was
listening to it.
This is what's so disappointing about it. Like, you get this nice feel going from Kids, and you saw the potential there. Then you get Blue Slide Park, and the sound is just off. I don't know what it was.
Though,
like, you can hear how he's rapping.
Yeah, I'm about to say the rapping's amazing, and some of the videos.
The rapping's good. Exactly.
Frick Park Market, I think, had a video that was like all UV lights and stuff like that. Yeah, it looked cool, but I was just like, I listened to it. To be honest, I probably bought it actually, because back then there was no there was no Spotify per se. But I never really liked it, if that makes any sense. I was a bit like, I'm just hearing it.
You were supporting.
Yeah.
You are
I
right.
think Kieran's onto something. Yeah. Sorry, Phil, you go ahead.
No, I was just saying that Sam's right in regards to the rapping, because that's the thing. Even though I was re-listening to Blue Slide Park again, going through it, even though the sound's off, how Mac is rapping is like, it's still of a really, really good level. It's just, I don't know, he didn't really find his sound yet. But there's certain songs, like you picked it before, Sam, like Of the Soul is a great song, I still think.
Oh, I forgot about that song.
That is the one. Do you know what? That's the one good song off that album. That is just that's brilliant.
That's on my list. That was on my honourable mentions list too. That was the only one from Blue Slide Park.
The beat off that song is amazing, and the way he comes on that song is actually amazing.
Yeah, I'm glad we shouted out that song. I think, back to what Kieran was saying, said something. I think you're onto something where it seemed like, I guess, in the build up to Blue Slide Park, maybe his label, and it wasn't a major label, it was an independent label, but perhaps they looked at the success of songs like Donald Trump and Knock Knock, the sort of more poppy, cheesy stuff, and maybe went down that avenue for the debut because that was getting the traction. But really and truthfully, the better music was kind of the stuff that we were playing, the more kind of traditional hip hop, and where he was showcasing his, okay, lyrically he wasn't amazing, but his flow and, you know, the wordplay and things like that. Perhaps that was it. But where I feel bad, I know I shouldn't, but where I feel bad is that I obviously had this summer where I was banging out his music. You know, it wasn't like I was just selecting songs. I was playing Kids and Best Day Ever, you know, all the way through, back to back, the whole summer. And then it took this one album for me to then not really listen to him for another year and a half. And I won't say too much because we're going into the next era, but I probably listened to Macadelic once. I wasn't really checking for him at all because of that album. And it wasn't like I was like pissed off and I was like, you know, abusing the album and him and whatnot. But I was like, really? You've gone down this avenue? And we had all these other artists, like a Kendrick, a Cole, like the people I've mentioned. There was just no need to go and like really put more effort in. Do you get what I mean? There was just this abundance of other rappers and music out there. But there was such good stuff, man, even in this era.
Yeah, but you got to remember, in these times we were kind of sport for choice. Like you said, we had Kendricks, we had Coles, we had Drake, Jay-Z was still running the game. We had My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Nicki Minaj. You know what I mean? Everything was just going a bit wild in the rap scene. So I'm not saying Mac Miller fell through the cracks, but he definitely was doing something like quiet and low key. But maybe it was one of those ones where in America, even though we over here weren't feeling him, in America people were feeling him, or else he wouldn't have got to the heights he got to in the later stages of his career.
And before we move on, did what other sort of potential picks did people have?
I wanted to say one. You know, BGE bonus. It's like the final track.
I had that.
Oh yes,
that
best
one.
Yeah,
like that track
amazing.
is such a zone out tune because it's like got a 1 minute intro, just like creeping you in and the guitar. Like, I love that one.
I have vivid memories of
that song's
song
amazing
from listening to it back then. Like,
I'm just remembering the video of just the young Mac just running with that intro. Have you seen the video? Baby Mac. He's just running. Oh, it's just
doesn't it merge into him?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, the current age on the field. Yeah. I had an early one. I had Cruising. Has anyone heard Cruising?
Oh yeah, what tune?
Early one.
That is early Mac. Yeah,
where he is flowing.
Great
on that. He hasn't quite. He's not found his voice really, but he's flowing on that one. Yeah, that's an early one. I also had La La La.
Well, you know what? I shared that earlier. La 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 was it's a brilliant song.
Yeah.
I had what's it? I can't remember the name of the song now. Where is it? Right, here we go. Let me have a look. It's Paper Route, because I just like the beat, just nice vibes. It's on Kids. Yeah, just before Good Evening, because it flows into Good Evening quite well for me. That's why I like Paper Routes.
Yeah, and despite all the Blue Side Park slander, I like Frick Park Market. I like Of the Soul. But yeah, I feel like
Of the Soul is good.
Those are the days where it was all about having your little playlist on your iPod. So I feel like Of the Soul would start my chill playlist, and I'd kind of let it flow into other songs. But yeah, this era for Mac was an interesting one, and the next era is kind of where I guess most of us became aware or more familiar with Mac. Should we say like more fan kind of power behind him?
Yeah. Let's dig into that. But
can I ask something? I missed Sean's honourable mentions. What did you say?
La La La.
Oh, I had
I zoned out.
I had Cruising, early cut. I had La La La. I had the same as you. I had the BDE bonus. I had Kool-Aid, as I mentioned. I also had one more that I didn't mention, as well as Of the Soul, was I'll Be There with Fonte, just because that was like his sort of tribute to his mum track, and it's a little bit emotional, but I kind of didn't want to play that at the same time because it might get a little bit emotional. But it's not like a Dear Mama on that level, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the legends have their mum song, like Tupac and Kanye. You know what I mean? That was his one. But it's a bit tough to listen to.
Cool.
Right. Era 2, Theo, you're kicking off.
Yes, I think it's a bit obvious what I'm picking from era 2, even though this era we've got Faces, and I was gutted that I really wanted to pick something from Faces, but I can't because this certain song is just, it's just amazing. So I think we all know what it is. It's from watching movies, Objects in the Mirror. That's my song, man. That's my song.
It put a smile on my face.
You turn the beat up.
Shout out Pharrell.
100%. Yeah. What can I say?
Sean
That
cried.
song's just
Sean like he's about to cry,
amazing.
boy. He's in a sad place.
Yeah. That song's amazing, man. And I always
I think that's
go back
Mac's
to
best
that
song. Honestly,
Yeah, I love it.
I really do.
I do. But that song resonates with me so much because I feel that song helped me so much in my life. And the only reason I'm sat here on this podcast is down to that song. Because that song, that song from 2013 to 2014, where it's on a long distance relationship, didn't know if it was going to make it, moved from London to Oxford to try and get up to Leicester. It wasn't working at times. I didn't know what was going to happen going forward. That was the song that kept me going, and I managed to make it. And I can't say I wouldn't have made it without that song, because I've banged that song out so many times. Because that hook as well, saying let's leave it all in the rear view, that's what I wanted. That's what kept me going, and that's why I had to pick this song, man. That song is that it resonates, and I hold that song so deeply. That song's amazing from Mac Miller. What a beautiful song.
It's a big tune. And it was only a couple years progress between, what
yes,
we've just been in
exactly.
that
That's
era
what's mad.
to now.
Exactly.
Completely different guy. I feel like he was trying to sober up in these times as well, because he'd had the drug phase the last couple years, and now he's trying to sober up in this phase. And that's when we got more woke times. Like
It's definitely
this.
like I'm still myself even after all these drugs I've taken and stuff like that. This song though, I overlooked it. Oh, what are you saying, Sean?
Oh, I was going to say, I think it's kind of between it, because Macadelic Times was rough with the drugs, and then Faces was,
yeah.
So I think he was in that in-between stage, maybe. I don't know. He sounded very clear on the song. Yeah.
What was I going to say? Yeah, I overlooked this song, but when he performed it in Tiny Desk concert, I was like, hold on.
That was,
nah. Because when he performed it there, it was like, wait, I think I finally understand what this song was trying to do. And yeah. I listened to it on repeat that day.
Did he do it on Tiny Desk, or was it?
It was Tiny Desk.
My story with this one, my story with this one is it didn't hit for me in the album. He released a live performance at the Sanctuary, which I think was his home studio, and I think the internet with the band. And I played this, and it's the first time I ever got full-on chills from Mac Miller, because I was like, this guy isn't just like good or great. This is like special. I remember thinking, and it's like you said, Sam, it's like, how did we go in the space of, or in less than 2 years, from Blue Slide Park to this, where we're not just talking like the songwriting, but the instrumentation. I know that's like, it's down to Pharrell, but I can't imagine Mac did not have an input on like those keys and the guitar, instruments that he plays, the string sections. It's just a beautiful song, man.
Pharrell production doesn't usually sound this good as well. Like solo Pharrell. This is like next level.
It normally sounds a bit mad, a bit chaotic, or a little bit just kind of like weird. This is like a nice... This is kind of like when he works with Tyler type things, which is odd that we never really saw Tyler and Mac collab that often. But we know they were running in the same circles because of, Mac's affiliations with the internet and with Earl and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, no, it's definitely a different side of Pharrell. And it's not a new side of Mac. I feel like this is just seeing an artist progress to a point where they've gone from making what we would deem to be rubbish music into like artistic music.
But also,
sorry,
yeah.
go on.
No, go on. No, go ahead. I
was gonna say he's exploring that singing voice a lot more on this song, especially as well. And it's like it's very rocky and almost like Kurt Cobain-y, the way it's just like hitting that tone. I really love that.
Yeah. You're saying similar stuff to what I was going to say. I was going to say it was almost like we knew he was dabbling in the singing and the melodies up until this point, but this is where he kind of found his voice melody-wise, I felt.
I definitely agree. Yeah, definitely.
Which is an indicator of things to come.
I was going to say, do you also think as well, even though Blue Slide Park, even though it wasn't a great debut, it did well commercially, but do you think the critical reception also took a play into this, where Mac was like, no, I need to find my I need to try and find my sound.
Yeah.
Because this is where I feel era 2 is where he's trying to find his sound, because Pitchfork rating it 1 is just an absolute slap in the face, man. I mean, no one wants to see that. And I don't know if that took a real knock into Mac, and he was like, right, I need to find myself here. I need to find my own. I know I can do this. I need to find my own place within this game.
Yeah, I think it was twofold. I think the criticism had an impact on his mental health, and therefore the drug use and the content of his music. Absolutely. I think in terms of the sound, you might be right. I mean, maybe, yeah, I think you're right in saying he was trying to find his sound, because at this point, this is arguably his best era. Arguably, I'm not saying it is, but it arguably is. And the music was definitely a step up. It was quite abstract, and there was quite a lot of experimentation, relatively speaking. And you're right, I think he was trying to detach himself from whatever he was labeled previously, and now he's trying to find a new lane, I guess. And sometimes it didn't work, and other times it did, like this, where it was just, near perfection.
And you know why I say that? Because there's a song in this album, and I won't say it because I don't know if anyone's going to pick it, but he even got a battle rapper to take the mick out of him, because he wanted to get away from Easy Mac with the cheesy raps, because he wanted to distance himself from that. That's why I think this was like, right, I am not that guy anymore. This is who I am. I'm going to evolve my sound. I'm going to find my sound and then carry on to what we knew Mac Miller to then be. And that's why I mentioned it.
Yeah, that's a sick skit as well.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Okay, well,
who's next?
It's Kieran, but Dan, that's taken the wind out of my sails. You know that? That song does me every time. Boy.
Let's get it, Kieran.
It's about to get real deep. Let's put on the song.
It's making me think about changing my pick.
Man.
My pick is dumb. My pick is my favorite. My favorite out of this era, but I don't give a fuck.
Let me not jump into it too quick. Actually, this era is my favorite era. It could be his best, because watching movies and Faces are so good, especially when Faces re-dropped recently. It just sounds so much better than I ever remembered it to be. This is the Mac that I'm a fan of as well. It's weird. Like, I only started listening to his other stuff after he died. Anyway, let's listen to Funeral.
Oh, man, what a song.
I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
She wants to turn the video off. Oh, God.
He's going somewhere else. He's gone.
This music go with my funeral. Yeah.
What are you doing to me? Oh,
Sorry, man. Sorry.
Oh.
Man, this has just got massively... Oh, man. Jeez.
He co-produced that as well. The beat is just mind-blowing.
Was predicting his own future. Obviously, everyone has a fucking funeral, but you know what I mean. It's a bit weird.
Chilling though. Like, it's like, you know, this I was reading something on Genius about how this song is part of a trilogy of Happy Birthday, Wedding, and Funeral. I didn't notice that, but that's really cool, because it's like really significant parts of someone's life. I guess he wasn't really talking about his own one, but it ended up being true.
It's odd.
I mean, there's that line that I think I've said to you all before, where he says, "Doing drugs is just a war with boredom, but they're sure to get me." It's just.
I mean, that line is just. Oh man, it's just powerful.
It's horrible,
simple.
Man. It's horrible. But that leg of the album, like you said, there's that kind of trilogy of tracks from Happy Birthday, Wedding, Funeral.
Yeah.
Then you go into Diablo and Ave Maria. It's a very, very strong section of that tape.
Oh God, there's another line as well. There's one line that just it's quite a good bar as well, but it's horrible. Oh man, I can't even read it. But had a few abortions. Unfortunately, I forced them. Lord knows I'll turn a child to an orphan when I'm touring.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, that's what I
man.
Dark.
Yeah,
That
it's
bar.
just dark as anything. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very dark. Very, very dark. I mean, I'm going to kind of, let me know if you feel the same. I'm kind of recap how I felt about Mac at this point. So, like I said, after after Blue Slide Park, I became I was very disappointed and underwhelmed. So by the time Macadelic came around, I wasn't even checking. Like I said, I probably listened to it once, and maybe because I saw that Kendrick was on there and Wayne, do you know what I mean? It wasn't really for Mac, so it didn't stick with me. Then what's it called? Watching Movies comes along, and it was kind of drowned out by Kanye with Yeezus and Cole with Born Sinner at the time. So that kind of crept on me over time. And then this one. Now, there were signs on Macadelic and Watching Movies that suggested that he wasn't in a good place, but I didn't really clock at the time. This one, I remember listening to it when it came out because Diablo was the single. So I was like, right, I really want to listen to this. But I remember thinking, is he okay? Like, this doesn't sound good. And this was one of those tracks where you're listening to it and you're like, oh my goodness, like this guy needs help.
No, but when these dropped as well, it was weird because I was hating on Mac, right? And then I was like, oh, he's mad depressed right now. This music sounds amazing. And it was a bit like, are we capitalizing on his sadness at this point? Because he's saying really dark stuff, like kind of stuff like I could basically commit suicide tomorrow type of thing. But it's like, we're just sitting there like, wow, this guy's making great music. I'm a fan of him now. I don't know. It seems a bit twisted.
Well, the final track on the album was recorded in with the sort of thought process of it being his last day, basically. That's how bad it was. But I just remember this was, in hindsight, you think, well, how did I not clock on from Macadelic and Watching Movies? But this one, I remember in the moment, and you're right, it's bittersweet because you're, on one hand, you're thinking this guy is in a really, really bad place. But at the same time, you're like, wow, the music's progressed. Like this is great stuff. I guess when we get to the next era, you think, oh, he needed that sort of criticism and the down period of the first era to then make that music. And now he's come out on the other end in a good way. But obviously, knowing what then goes on to happen, it makes you think, I don't know, it makes me feel a bit uneasy listening to this stuff. I get torn. Like I feel.
My pick is going to be fucking tone deaf because we've had two very conscious, woke Mac songs. My song is like the peak of his like druggy rap, like just like it's from Macadelic. I'll be honest, yeah, and I just really liked Macadelic at the time when I was listening to it. It was fitting in with the lifestyle I was living, and obviously Conscious Mac came along, yeah, and I was listening to Conscious Mac, but I wasn't really feeling it, and so. I know you guys are like, oh, this era, like, did he need help, blah, 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 and all this kind of stuff. But I was fucking with the druggy Mac, because I was doing my own thing at that time. So it's like, to be honest, I didn't catch up on Mac past Watching Movies with the sound off until about 2016, because I just wasn't listening to anything in that kind of sonic field. I wasn't trying to hear that. I was listening to like, Tame Impala and all kind of like other types of music. But yeah, my pick from this era is from Macadelic, and it's Lucky Ass Bitch, which is, Mac Miller, Juicy J, talking about the most vile shit you can ever imagine.
Oh, ratchet ass bitch. I see you out there.
Fuck me.
Trying to get your hustle on. Ain't no nigga gonna pay your motherfucking bills, bitch.
Fuck
your
me.
own shit. Don't give a fuck.
Fuck me. That's all I gotta say about that song. Something about that song resonated with my spirit at the time. Like end of sixth form, mad parties. This song came on a couple of times if the DJ knew what they were doing. It's just, for me, this song's attached to good times, mad times, just pure wildness happening. This is like prime twerk music, strip club music era, futures banging. Like for me, this is for me what solidified that I would always bother with Mac Miller, because it's like anybody who can make a song this vile, like this disgusting about like partying, has clearly experienced enough to flip, in my eyes, to flip to the other side of partying, which is like partying ain't all that and whatever. And at that time, I wasn't thinking that, but like retroactively, I can look back and anybody I see making like mad kind of aggressive or like mad, like just vulgar music, I'm like, oh, they have the potential to make
future,
to make more kind of woke music. Like an example being Tyler the Creator. At this time, Tyler the Creator was talking hella madness. Look at him now, perfect artist. So it was a subconscious thing of like, I'm fucking with this guy, but I don't really understand why. And I'm seeing the reason why all the people that I listened to in that era are so big now, or are making the type of music they are now. and obviously I love Juicy J. So back in them days, any song with Juicy J was a complete like I had to hear it type of thing. But yeah, it's tone deaf, obviously, compared to what you guys picked in that era.
It's needed because Mac does tunes like this, and you got to appreciate that style.
Yeah,
because there's another banger on Macadelic that I don't know if Sean will pick it or not, but there are some bangers off that mixtape. I'm telling you.
What song was it? Loud?
But no, not Loud. Loud's a good tune, but it wasn't Loud.
Okay.
Was it just me then who wasn't listening to Macadelic like that? Like when I say
everyone was
once,
listening to Macadelic.
I mean it. Like, I was not checking. I think the only reason I checked it was for the features.
No, Sean, you're right. I didn't check it. It was later on that I checked Macadelic. I wasn't looking for Macadelic after Blue Side Park. Blue Side Park was such a disappointment, like you said. I wasn't looking for it. It was when watching movies came along that after, like you said, because I went to Yeezus and Born Sinner first. Then I went to watching movies and thought, oh, Max Back, this sounds better. Then that's when I started checking other music, and that's when I went to Macadelic. I wasn't looking for Macadelic, not after Blue Side Park.
Yeah. Okay, it's not just me then. Yeah. But no, you're right. Like in hindsight, like, listening back, there's a few bangers on there. If I was waiting to see what everyone would pick. I was going to pick another Macadelic song. It was Desperado. That was partly due to the fact that he was like literally addressing like the criticism that he received, and I thought it would have been quite fitting with what we were talking about. But seeing as Sam has covered Macadelic, I need some bars. So Sam, give me Diablo, please.
Oh God, we're going straight back to where we just came from, yeah?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah.
Going straight back, literally that next song.
Yeah. Rap Diablo. Yeah. It's the Rap Diablo. Macho when I drop flow.
That's just like one of the hardest hip hop tracks I've ever heard.
Yeah, man.
When that dropped, it was undeniable that Mac was like one of the top rappers in the game.
Yep, exactly. Yep. Going back to them times, I remember, like, as Theo says, watching movies is kind of crept in. You know, hearing songs like Objects in the Mirror, Red Dot Music, things like that, where I'm like, oh, okay, Mac Miller is, he's back. He's better than ever. And then when this drops, because like I said, this was the single, I think, came out before Faces. As you said, Kieran, it was just one of the hardest things I've heard all year. Or like what we're saying all the time. But at that point in time, 2014, I was like, wow. I call this free association Mac, where he's chatting shit, but he's doing it so well. It doesn't matter. It's like his mind is just going off on these mad tangents with these crazy like punchlines and things like that. But I love it, man. This was one of those early ones as well, where I felt like he found his rap voice as well. Like he sounded really, really good on this.
Well, it's around this time that Kendrick's Control verse came out as well. So this would be
not long after, yeah.
It's almost like his response to Control, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's almost like, oh, okay, so people are rapping now. Great, I can do that too. Funnily enough, let me show you what I can do.
Yeah, you're right. I hadn't thought of it like that, actually.
Nice context. I like that.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. I didn't think of it like that myself.
Prior to this, we hadn't had much rappy rap music coming out. We had songs and radio songs, but it's like Control came out and everyone's like, oh, wait, hold on, I can rap. You know what I mean?
Kendrick definitely ruffled the industry, innit? And like,
100%, man.
Yeah. Big Crit Mount Olympus must have been around.
Yeah, Mount Olympus. Yeah, that came out.
Jesus, Mount Olympus was crazy. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, God.
But yeah, this is where I was very much invested in Mac Miller again, very much so. Like I remember like hearing this, I was like, right, I need Faces. I need to hear this project. And like you say, he, as in terms of his rapping, he was up there with the best of his generation with tracks like this. So good, man. So good.
We need to do an episode about that Control verse, man, and look at where everybody who was named in that verse, where they were.
Where they've gone.
Because Kendrick kind of predicted everybody. I'm looking at the names listed, yeah. Jermaine Cole, Big Crit, Wale, Pusha T, Meek Mills, A$AP Rocky, Drake, Big Sean, Jay Electronica, Tyler, and Mac Miller.
What a convo. Those artists, like,
exactly.
man.
Well, he's predicted a lot, and he predicted a lot, what, 8 years ago? Nearly?
I just remember those, like, some of these New York cats saying, "Oh, you can't be king in New York," and they started sending out their reactions, man.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Who are you, man?"
Yeah.
Some
Can I say their names? Like, move on.
Yeah.
I remember for about 2 weeks, it was every day someone dropped something. There was like Joe Budden, Joel Ortiz, Papoose. I remember Lupe dropped another SRS, I think, in response to it or something like that. Everyone was doing it. Everyone. It ruffled Drake's feathers as well.
Drake was so petty. It was unbelievable,
the petty king,
man.
The overseer of many things.
God, it's just ridiculous. But Kendrick knew what he was doing. It's just so funny. It was like Big Sean has his verse, and then Kendrick just snaps, and then the problem was Kendrick just goes off, and then people just duck out. So I feel sorry for Jay Electronica.
Not even just that though. But not even just that though, because there was obviously Drake drops Nothing Was the Same, and there was that the interview with Elliot Wilson where he got a little bit salty and things like that. And then wasn't it the BET cypher drops?
Oh, that was
and Kendrick
ridiculous.
killed it.
Yeah,
he carried it on, didn't he?
He killed it because he said, "Oh, in a sensitive,
nothing was the same."
Like,
nothing was the same as a sensitive
rapper
rapper got put back in his pajamas,
clothes, and he goes, "Give me a high five!" Ha ha! Like, oh, Jesus!
Oh, no, it's too much. It's too much.
All right. Anyway, back to back. Sorry, because it's just in my head. I was thinking,
but still,
this would have come out around the time where Control would have come out if it was 2014 or whatever when this came out. So that's where my mind was.
Yeah. And I guess to kind of round up this era, do we all agree that it was, I'm repeating myself, but it was bittersweet in a sense that, you know, he got this criticism off the back of, in some regards it was due, but obviously the nature of like the Pitchfork interview was just way too far. It was too personal. It was a bit weird actually when you read it back, why they were so like offended by his music.
They've done that for so many
disrespectful.
rappers,
it was disrespectful. Did you see the Wiz Khalifa comment? That was disrespectful. Just none of it. Don't need any of that. Yeah, man.
That's what I mean. It was just a bit strange. But like they really went in on him. But like I say, I think at the same time it gave us some incredible music that followed, just at the expense of his, like I say, of his mental health and his physical health as well. So it's a controversial period, I think, for Mac. This one.
We're going to talk about our reserves that we wanted to.
Yeah.
You have that many. Mine's loud, and that's it. I told you my picks are really weird, so I know no one's picking what I'm picking. But you guys are definitely on the later side of this era. You guys are liking, from watching movies.
I've got one. I've got one for Macadelic. I've got The Question featuring Lil Wayne.
Okay,
that song goes in. Oh, that song goes in. Yeah, so that was that, and then I don't know. There's so many on Faces. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous.
The whole of Faces.
Grand Finale is just unbelievable, isn't it?
Colors and Shapes with that music video that they released recently. It's just a movie now.
You guys are forgetting the real banger on this thing, man. What do
obviously
you
there's
do?
Are you playing it?
No.
I thought I was off again.
I love you more than Kanye love Kanye. Slave to the devil.
I want to say one thing, in context, he said that before Kanye even said that to himself.
That's mad.
I love you like Kanye loves Kanye. That came out in 2016. This came out in 2014. So I don't know. Maybe Sir Michael Rocks is a time traveler, but that song for me is probably one of the best of Faces. Because it's another example of Mac rapping.
There's like Therapy is amazing on Faces. I like Therapy. Big time.
What about watching movies though? Watching movies is such an underappreciated album.
I mean, Red Dot Music off that is just unbelievable.
What about Remember? Aquarium. The Aquarium is crazy.
Yeah, there's. Oh, and you got the one collab that Tyler and Mac had, but it's the deluxe version.
Crazy.
Okay, yeah.
What about I'm Not Real with Earl Sweatshirt?
Yeah, that song's amazing.
That song is like epic. I love that.
That song's amazing.
So it's all about I'm Not Real.
Yeah.
Well,
the way that
I was going to mention back on Faces, New Faces, that song towards the end of the tape with the beat on that's crazy.
Earl kills that track.
Yeah, and Rain with Vince.
Rain is amazing. There's loads. There is loads of this era, man. There's loads.
You two actually picked my picks though. I had Objects in the Mirror, I had Funeral, I had Desperado, as I said, and then
So you wanted
You know,
to
the one
enter
I
that
chose.
world then?
Yeah. But I had a feeling that I was going to go ahead and pick the Desperado one. So I kind of told myself, now leave Objects in Americas. Theo's got that. Leave Funeral because it's just dark as well. But yeah, you did it to me. 1-2 punch.
He's fine. He's
are
done.
Are we moving on? Are we moving to the next era?
We're gonna go into a deeper spiral of sadness with era 3.
Well, now I want to bring the mood up, so
Good.
I'm just gonna head straight in. Give me Dang. I want Dang.
Ooh.
Nice.
Theo. Bloody hell.
Theo's having a full skank over there,
Listen,
man.
No one else close.
I don't know what is wrong with Sam and Kieran, but I don't know how you can't vibe out to that song.
I was vibing.
I was
I'm in a
vibing.
calm
I
little
was
vibe, man.
vibing.
Sam, we got like a little bit of head bob, whereas Kieran was just like,
You missed me at the beginning. No. I started zoning out, innit?
I like
No,
listening to that
I
song.
kept it contained. Theo was
I was
gone. I loved it.
man.
It's because of Anderson Park, innit? I know.
Yeah, exactly. You know me too. Oh man, Anderson Park on that hook. Jeez.
I remember when I first heard this song, I was so happy, right? Because with Good AM, he sounded like he was in a better place, yeah, but he was still dealing with stuff. Do you know what I mean? He was getting through it. And there was that documentary that he did, I think, with Fader. So we
I know
kind
what
of
he's
got
talking
insight
about. The
into
one
where
where
he
he's
was
talking
at.
about he's become all sober and all that. Yeah.
Where he moved to New York for a bit and he went back to Pittsburgh. He kind of got away from LA and whatnot. But then when I heard this, I was like, it reminded me of Kids in the sense that there was this pureness to it. There was like this joy and happiness, and it was Kids but mature. It was like the things that we've heard him try and like kind of toy with and you know, experiment with, like with the melodies and some of the jazz influences and things like that. He got it right with this song. And man, even just the album in general, I love this album. I'm not saying this is best, but I loved it. I think partly because he sounded like he was in the best place he'd been since he was a kid. He just sounded happy.
I definitely agree. I think this is the best period he was in since he was a kid. 100%. You hear it across the album. He was happy. That's why it's so sad that after what happened, well, it was so devastating. We all know what happened in terms of Ariana Grande and how
Fuck
that
Ariana Grande. Hey, listen, hold on. Let me get my shit off real quick. Let me get my shit off real quick, man. Let me get my shit off real quick, man. Let me get my shit off real quick. She is fucking up. She's fucking up some of my favorite.
Let's hear him first.
She is like the absolute like female like vixen type character. Yeah, she will come into your life and she'll make you better, and then she'll disappear for no reason, like no apparent reason. She did it to my man Mac, and she did it to fucking Pete. But hey, Pete's dating Mac Miller now. Not Pete's dating Mac Miller. Pete's dating Kim Kardashian now. Fuck you, Ariana. You little sexy little tiny thing.
No. As she said, women can't keep being expected to deal with men's shit and then get the blame for when it all goes wrong.
I ain't blaming her for Mac shit. I'm blaming her for being her, okay? You knew what he was on when you met him, okay? I want to hear nothing about it. But also, her life has been quite tragic, so, you know, karma and all that. Quite tragic, yes. Shout out her. If you ever want to come on the pod, Ariana, you can't. It's a rap podcast, and you don't rap yet.
Nah, that's rough.
Kieran was the only one that wanted to let me speak, and now he's regretting it. He's like, that man said a whole bunch of nothing.
I just wanted to hear it, but now I'm just like, how do we save this? Like, man's about to get cancelled.
We have to hit one of these.
Edit the fuck out of that.
No. We can save this. It's good to hear different opinions. I feel like Ariana, she was hot in it. Like, we can't lie right now. She's one of the hottest people in the industry.
Yeah.
Everyone's liked her.
Edit
What point is that trying to make? So, Ariana, she was just trying to leave a toxic situation, right? That ain't her fault. That's all.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm with you, Kieran. I'm with you, man. I think
they made really good music together, though. I am sad about that. They made great music together.
And you could tell Mac had fallen for her big time, man. Jesus, like that is just and that's the thing. No, but this is where I feel sorry for Ariana, because I don't think she wanted to really leave that relationship because she loved. You can tell she loved Mac. She loved Mac, but he had far too much going on, and that, like you said, that she can't be blamed for his problems and his toxicity. She wanted, if anything, she tried to leave him so that he could deal with his own problems, because if they stayed in that relationship, it will bring them both down. She wanted to save.
She had a life. She had a life too. She's not his. She's not his mother. Not even his mother should have to deal with that sort of thing. But you do as a mother. But I think when she released that statement afterwards, she really summed it up perfectly. Especially like the backlash and the abuse that she got, which was disgusting. Like, but this is the thing with celebrities, and that people think they have this. Well, people think they know what's going on and they have a right to comment on these things, but you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. Max seemed like such a nice guy and such a good-hearted person in the interviews and in the music. Well, not so much in the music, but in his interviews and that. But we don't know what he was up to and what he was doing to her and doing around her. Yeah, there's I don't think there should be any blame whatsoever on that woman. Yeah,
there's a full circle anyway because she features on Circles.
I didn't know that.
Does she?
There's one tune she's singing on it, and it's more like a backing vocal. I think. Well, it might even be my pick, to be honest. I can't remember which one it is, but hopefully we get to it. But yeah, like it's a really beautiful full circle moment where it's like, I don't know if she did it because she felt bad or like she just like actually does still love him, but she wasn't able to in the state he was in. I don't know what like the situation is really, but yeah, I just thought that was kind of beautiful and it summed up. It kind of like cancelled what Sam was saying.
It's calm. All right, so it's Theo now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it me?
Yeah.
Okay. Believe so.
Oh man, I could pick off Divine Feminine, but jeez, man.
You know what's funny? In my notes, literally in my notes, I just said the whole of Divine Feminine. I didn't want to pick one song off there, like the whole thing.
Oh man. No, you know what? We've had to find Feminine. It's a bit of a struggle, man, because I love that album, but I feel like I've got to represent Good AM. And this one song, like, I don't know, when I heard it, I was just like, I was just in love with it. I really am. So I'm just going to go Brand Name.
Beautiful pick.
Yeah, I just remember when I first heard that song, I was just like, yeah, because he was just starting to Warner, didn't he? That was his major label debut. And I remember hearing this, and I was just like, oh, wow, that's just amazing. The beat, the way there's different flows and everything. And I was just like, wow, this Mac is really like showing that he belongs with, when people talk about who the best rapper is he, of that generation, he definitely belongs in that category. And I just resonate with that. That song's just great, really.
No,
especially the ending bit. The ending bit is just. I feel like I'm just drifting off into like the clouds, man. I love it, and he's reunited with Big Germ as well, who he like
started out working with a lot. Yeah,
exactly. He started working with him a lot, and then he was reunited with him, and then just having that collab again, it was great.
Yeah, one thing. There's a line in there that is quite haunting to this day, where he says,
"Oh, it's awful, isn't it? Yeah,
the 27 club, and obviously he died at 26." Yeah. So yeah, that's something that I always. That was one of the first things that popped into my head when he died.
It's the line before. It's the line before that. Whoever like sells and mixes me drugs, and that's exactly how he died. That's the scariest part. Yeah, the scariest part about that line is mad.
Yeah, very. It's everyone that sells me drugs, don't mix it with that other shit.
Yeah,
which is just crazy to hear. But I feel like this period was. It all got he sounded clearer, like I said, with the stuff on the Divine Feminine. I think so in here as well. And it all got more accessible. I don't mean in a sellout way or a poppy way, but obviously when you sign to a major label, most people's music goes in that direction. But I think you could tell that he, although he wasn't necessarily sober or in a good place for this album, he was in a better place.
Yeah.
And yeah, like this track here, you know, maybe compared to like a Diablo and stuff on Faces and watching movies, it wasn't perhaps as lyrical, but in terms of his delivery, he sounded great. He sounded like I say, really clear, really confident. There was like a spring in his step. Yeah, it was a nice sort of return to that for him, definitely.
Yeah, it was. This was well, kind of rehab, doing better, living better, trying to be better, but still a little bit in the bullshit type Mac. Good AM was. That's where we were finding Mac at this time, and it kind of shows in the music, like his artistry and the progression we've got. But he's definitely still in a very kind of weird place.
Yeah, it sounded like he got out of LA, like as he said he did and whatnot. It sounded like he'd gone back to his roots, been to Pittsburgh. I know he moved to New York as well and whatnot. But it sounded like he was out of that toxic environment of like being in that mansion on his own and, you know, surrounded by drugs and whatnot. Yeah, I do remember. I mean, this album, I have to admit, this one also didn't really click with me. I think because of the music we had at the time. I remember there was, I'm trying to think who came out. I know Dr. Dre dropped that Compton album. There was Scarface. There was The Game dropped the documentary 2, J-Rock's album, 90059. There was something else as well. I mean, we had prior to that, there was To Pimp a Butterfly. There was Earl. There was, if you're reading this, there was a lot going on. And for that reason, I think that's why this album didn't really connect with me, I guess, as other ones did. I don't know about everyone else, how they felt.
I liked this album. This album kind of was once again solidifying my decision to support Mac Miller and listen to his music. So I was like, yeah, this is a good album. It's not like anything else that's coming out at the moment, but I don't think Mac Miller is like anybody else that's out at the moment. So I wasn't particularly kind of like, oh, Mac Miller's the best rapper alive. But I was like, he's in the top 10 of the people I'm listening to at this moment in time. And this album was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good on that decision. Like, I'm sticking by it.
Yeah, when I listened to this album, I loved it. So I was like, yeah, I'm a Mac. Well, I wouldn't say Mac fan again, but it 100% solidified it for me because I was playing Good AM non-stop and I was like looking forward to it. So when the Divine Feminine came out, I was just gravitated.
It was the Divine Feminine for me. I was already back into him with Faces. But like I say, I think the other thing I didn't mention was grime was very much in its sort of
it was coming back
resurgence.
It's coming back there. Yeah,
grime was heavy at this point. So I just think there was so much else going on that
just got lost in the shuffle.
You know, still to this day, and to this day, I still think that Watching Movies and Faces are better projects than this one. And I guess if I'm being honest as well, I think they're better than the Divine Feminine as well. It's just that the Divine Feminine was such a left move. He really went off in a different direction. It was refreshing to hear. So I think that's why that one hit me more than this one did. Who we got next? Is it Kieran?
Kieran, indeed.
I think it's me, yeah. My story's so weird for this era because I think it's kind of like what everyone was saying though. Like this just didn't hit the same as Faces for me, which was like a real peak of me liking Mac. And I just sometimes I'll just go off artists. If it doesn't bring it the way I'm hoping or like feeling, I just stop listening. So like I Good AM Drop, I don't even know if I listened to it. I think I tried a single and I just decided I'm not going to listen to the rest of this.
Oh, man.
And Divine Feminine was, mad. And Divine Feminine was quite hard to access, I thought. So I just like skipped that one as well.
What do you mean? What do you mean by hard to access?
Like, not with like Dang. Like Dang was cool. I was like, cool, Anderson .Paak singer's thing on it. But just like the other stuff, like, and I think the main thing about it was like, I don't know, and it sounds ignorant now, but like, I guess like I was just seeing like lots of long tracks and I wasn't in the mood in 2016 for that, like, because we were having like Life of Pablo, just like all these quick things going on. I was feeling different in it, but like in hindsight, because that's what this era for me is based on now as well, I can appreciate a lot of stuff he was doing. And kind of like what Sean was saying, I feel like Mac decided to create or like move. I think this major label signing helped him like move out of being in the hip hop world and into like his own genre world. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know when we listen to like Tyler now and Kendrick and all of them, it's like they're not making hip hop technically, they're making their own genres. And I feel like pre Good AM, Mac was still in the hip hop world, but like this, like the songs on Good AM, they don't really sound like hip hop, even though they fit well into it. And Divine Feminine definitely isn't hip hop.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the rest after that aren't really as well. So okay, anyway, my pick, Perfect Circle, Godspeed.
I thought it would be. That's why I didn't pick it. I thought you.
Yeah.
I thought
there's a few in it. There's a few, but there's a few though. But this one is so good, especially Godspeed.
A long song, but a good song. Well, 2 songs.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of. This is. I was thinking just now. It's something I noticed. The first song merges into the second song in a cool way because it's like it's so braggy in the raps in the first bit, but the singing is like starts pulling him into this dark mental state, and like it keeps getting more and more sucked in, and then like the Ab-Soul bit where like it's just like going a bit crazy. And then it just cuts and you get like him confronting all these horrible feelings he actually has about himself. Yeah, it's a real crazy journey. And I think this is one thing I like about this era that I never noticed, but he introduced it in Faces where he makes like songs that are like plus 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I actually love it in hindsight now. I feel like it's epic music, but yeah, back then I wasn't ready.
Well, it shows his ability to make proper songs, you know, like songs that don't have to just be okay, hook, verse, chorus,
tracks, basically,
done.
You know, singles.
Yeah. This is just a song that's just flowing and going, and it feels nice and genuine.
Is that hip hop as well? Do you know what I mean? Like it's such a vague rap music.
I think it's one of those ones.
It's like what you.
Yeah, go on.
No, I was just saying it was like what you said before. He kind of created his own lane and made his own genre, didn't he? Because it's not really that it fits. It can fit into hip hop, but would you play that to a hip hop head? You can't really say that's hip hop, can you?
No,
it's his own version of its music. He created his own genre in this era, I think.
Yeah, and it feels comfortable. It looks nice on him. You know what I mean? It's not feeling forced or anything. And one thing about making a song that's, let's say, over 4 minutes, it has to be interesting to listen to. It doesn't mean it has to be like a non-stop energy ride. You got to know how to kind of bring it up, bring it down, or you know what I mean, or keep bringing it up progressively. And this was kind of like a
new
nice
ideas,
ride.
right? Yeah, like I feel like we've often heard like 8-minute songs where like it's like the same idea. Like I think Taylor Swift dropped a song that's 10 minutes that it's just the same thing the whole way through. And like, but this one, it's just a journey. Nothing's the same throughout the whole song.
He gets more conscious towards the end as well. Even once again, he's giving us those bars about, don't let me overdose and let my mum say blah blah blah. And I'm thinking like, you know, you're really kind of looking at it retrospectively, just like you said earlier, Kieran. It's like we're looking at it and go, damn, like he was telling us this stuff from before. Like how does he know this, or what's he up to outside of the songs where he's conscious of this to this level?
He's 23 as well. Sorry, I didn't even realize that until just now. Like I heard a bar, he says it, and I'm like, what?
He's young.
23.
Young, man.
Yeah.
Young.
And he made this. Sean, what are you saying? You've been mad quiet.
It's as you said, it's a journey, isn't it? So I kind of zoned out. I forgot I was on a podcast. It's happened a couple of times tonight, but yeah, that happened again there. But no, you've all covered it really well. I think it's just, again, it's another display of how Mac Miller was in this sort of between period of being kind of at his lowest on Faces, and then the probably his best period since his youth with the Divine Feminine. He's, like you say, Sam, conscious of like what he's been through and what he's thinking, and he's able to articulate it in a more clear and accessible way during this period. It's definitely, in hindsight, it's an album that's grown on me more. Yeah, I think it's just there's certain lines just knock me out a little bit because of how foreshadowing and eerie they are. Do you know what I mean? That's why I'm a little bit quiet, but as I know what's coming next as well. So.
Yeah. My pick's also from Good AM, just because for me on my notes I put the whole of the Divine Feminine, and obviously we could have sit for an hour listening to the whole thing to kind of let my pick be picked. But yeah, my pick's easy, simple. It's the single. It's one of Mac Miller's most popular tracks. It's Weekend featuring Miguel.
Yep.
I just love that song. That's the easiest way for me to describe it. That song is great. The beat's
so
nice.
Lovable.
The lyrics are conscious. I feel like once again, it's Mac covering everything that's happened in the last however many years and still looking to the future, because he says something about he got so high, fell asleep and forgot to die. God damn. You know what I mean? Like he was basically saying like, I'm taking way too many drugs to the point where I'm just passing out. And I'm waking up like, oh shit, I'm still alive type thing, which is odd. And it's that whole view of like, he said everything will be good by the weekend, which is like, realistically, the weekend is a time where most people party, but I feel like the weekend is actually a time where he probably worked a lot. So that was probably the time where he had the most structure in his life and in his week. So it's in most people's heads when they listen to this song, yeah, they're thinking everything will be good by the weekend because they're doing the reverse of what he does. Is all week they're working, weekend they're having a good time. But for Mac, it's the reverse. The week is horrible for him because he has no structure. He's just doing a whole bunch of madness. But the weekend is where he has that whole being on stage. He gets to like feel like he matters and he's not just doing drugs for no reason.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, that was
Very
deep.
well
That
summed
was
up.
amazing. Well done.
That's why you listen to the song a lot, man. You hear between the sub.
I think I love the juxtaposition of the song because he's like, we've listened to so many of the depressing songs he's made, and like this chorus is just so happy.
Miguel
it's
doesn't
the perfect
disappoint.
balance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Miguel went in.
Can't.
And then
deny Miguel.
like you say, the juxtaposition, the vocal sample, and just the whole the tone of it is quite it's quite depressing. It's quite dark. It reminds me of certain times that I don't know if people can relate, like where you're at uni and you're having quite a shit week, but you're going out that night and you're not really feeling going out, but that's just what you do. And then like even when you get in from the night out, you're like, I'm still really not satisfied. And just like, I don't know, it's like going through the motions. That's what it kind of reminds me of. And obviously his motion was his battling his addiction and dealing with his lifestyle, like you say, Sam. But yeah, and then but then with the chorus, it's got this energy, this like, you can sing along to it. Yeah, it's very conflicting, but it's a great pop record.
Yeah,
Great
and
record.
it's one of those songs where it's about even though you're having a good time, you can still be depressed and have a good time, which just sounded odd. People feel like when you're feeling low, you just feel low all the time. It's like, no, you can feel good, but you still, the overarching feelings, you still feel like shit.
Yeah. Sometimes that going out and doing something, and that it kind of takes you out of that state of depression for a little while. Do you know what I mean? You go out for a few hours, you party, you do whatever, and then maybe you wake up the next morning, you're like, back to it. But yeah,
right.
That's what the second verse is like, though, right? Because it's like he's had a happy weekend in the first chorus, and then it's just back to it again.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry, my energy's going down a bit because it's just I know what we're coming up to.
No, exactly, because we're going to swimming in circles, man. No, I don't know if I'm ready for this. I'm not gonna lie to you.
But
no.
Before we move on, though, is there any other picks?
Yeah, God is fair, sexy, whatever, that
100%.
Kendrick one.
Yeah.
We were talking about it earlier
God.
today because Kendrick's chorus on that is like definitely one of Mac's best choruses he's gotten.
Oh,
from someone else.
100%, because Kendrick's
You were saying you
harmonizing
wanted a
is
Kendrick verse
unbelievable.
as well.
Yeah,
I'm
no, I know
so
what
glad
you
there
mean,
wasn't. No, I'm so glad because like I see that as a Mac track right now. I hate when like features steal songs.
Yeah, that I've been banging that song out non-stop.
It's such a long
that
song
is
as well.
just
Like,
it is, but it's
8
beautiful,
minutes,
man.
20.
I flipping love it. It's just
that's
so
my
good.
go-to. That's my go-to song on that album for sure.
See, a couple I had on my ones was I had Stay.
Yeah, Stay is amazing. But We is good as well. We, yes, with CeeLo Green. Yes, that is a tune.
Hey, what about Cinderella? Where's the Cinderella love? Though?
Oh yeah, Cinderella is good. Cinderella. But how about my favorite part as well, man? That song. That's
Ariana.
It's beautiful.
Kills it. Yeah.
Magical.
Do you know what it is for me with We though? Is that, and I know like Max had a lot of high profile features throughout his career, but when you think about like we've listened to songs from things like Kids, Best Day Ever, stuff like that, to think he then went on to do a song with CeeLo Green. It's mad, isn't it? Really,
exactly.
Like how far he came within the space of 5-6 years. Crazy.
He also had a lot of money though. Like I don't know, it wasn't label money, but I don't know how Mac had so much money. But a lot of people were talking about like, oh, you know, I don't know if Mac was Jewish or not, but I remember either Schoolboy or someone like that who was close to Mac making jokes about how like this man's just rich for no reason. Like he's just got a whole bunch of money and we don't understand how or why.
He was 24, to be fair. Like, what the hell?
I can confirm he was Jewish as well. His mum was Jewish. His mum was Jewish and raised him as a Jewish person, while his dad was Christian.
I feel like it was Schoolboy Q making jokes about like, how, you know how these Jewish people just got money type thing. Because he was making a joke about how Mac has a lot of money. That's how he's getting all these features and something like that. Because they were asking, obviously they weren't asking Mac. They were asking someone who's friends with Mac, like, how do you get a song with Mac Miller? It's like he's got all the money. He pays me a lot of money. Like he pays me well type thing.
He was very successful for an independent artist though. That's what it is, I think.
I think he was smart with his business moves, if that makes sense. Because he had like TV shows. He's kind of like Action Bronson. You know, he wasn't just a musician. He was a brand, a personality in some regards.
Yeah, he had the reality show. But I think avoiding the labels early on and going that independent route meant that he could, you know, reap more of the benefits and the rewards.
Plus, I never had him down as a you know, big diamond chain Rolex wearing rapper. Like, yeah, he did spend quite a lot of money on like I think like grills and stuff with Ben Baller, because I've seen that, but he wasn't like flashy like most rappers are. Like he kind of was like an artistically spending type guy. He would spend his things on shit
instruments.
That he liked. He had a
He
pair of
seems to
grills
buy a lot
that
of
were,
guitars and stuff.
Yeah, he had a lot of grills too that were really individual, like with like rubies in them and bits of like ceramic and shit. So yeah, he was. I think he didn't waste his money. I think he spent a lot of it, like you said, back into the music, like guitars and home studios and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Right, are we getting into it?
Oh dear.
Final era
3.
Oh, Jesus,
the sad era.
Yeah, Sam, I believe it's you first.
See, the sad thing is, I thought I'd be going either third or last, just because of like I thought I'd be going first early on. So my picks from this era are kind of they're not my favorite songs from Mac, in general. Like this whole era is really sad. As you guys know, it took me a long time to listen to Circles. It took me a long time to listen to other things that have come out since he's died, because I really was enjoying Swimming. And to be honest, it's between 2 tracks. I was going to say both of them now because I'm literally picking one on the fly here, but Hurt Feelings and Self Care, those 2 songs just got me through Mac dying, 2018 in general. Like they just kept me going. But I think I'm going to go with Hurt Feelings because I just like that song so much.
Yes.
Yeah, that song, I don't know. It feels like a goodbye letter to Ariana. Like that song feels like it, because obviously the title of it, Hurt Feelings, he had hurt feelings about it. There's that kind of weird bit from the Carpenters of that We've Only Just Begun, which is a song by them, which is, you know, about love and how relationships can end before they even started type thing. But just, I don't know, everything about that song just feels nice. Like it's another good Mac song. And he's once again conscious of what's going on in his life and how things are bad, but also good. Like he's like, you know, things are amazing. I got all this money, I got all this, but still got hurt feelings. And, you know, it's kind of, for me, this song's like a bit all over the place, but not all over the place in a way that feels chaotic. It's just kind of like, most people have felt kind of this way. I don't know how to describe it, but the vibe of the song is you've definitely felt that kind of like, in the middle of the road type way where things are good, but they're also down. You know what I mean? It's like, it's an odd place to be in.
I'm glad you picked that one for 2 reasons. One, which I'll come back to, but basically it kind of fits in with what I'm going to pick. And 2, I feel like that's Mac's best rap performance.
So
I think he just
slick,
sounds
isn't it?
amazing on that. Yeah. Honestly, I mean, I've listened to it so many times, so maybe I'm a bit biased.
I've listened. No,
I just do it every day. Like it literally, it's my day.
I
It's
love
on my
that
daily
song.
playlist.
Oh, honestly, I love that song. I've banged that song out ridiculous amount of times. I think it's on my Spotify, like most played songs. Hurt Feelings. I have banged that song out.
Yeah, it's always on my in
Do you think
rotation
J.
playlist.
Cole? J. Cole might have done a bit of a demo for this, because I'm hearing a lot of J. Cole flows in it as well. Surprised to hear he produced it. I'm not taking away from Mac, by the way, but
J. Cole produced that. I didn't even know that.
JK.
I didn't
That's
even.
what I put in the chat. That's what I said. J. Cole produced it, man.
I just saw J. Cole beat. I was like, okay, that's weird. But now that makes sense why I love that song so much. It makes sense why I love that song so much because it's two of my favorite rappers that I've grown up with, just meshed into one. You know what I mean? Because it's like, obviously, if J. Cole made the beat, he would have helped it. I didn't even know that. I really didn't even know that.
Credits.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah, he's on it. Yeah, he's produced by J. Cole.
One of his
credit
best
as a
songs.
writer as well.
Yeah,
He's credit as a writer on it. So
one of his
You
best
might
songs.
be right, Kieran.
Definitely.
Definitely, 100%.
Can't deny that one.
I feel like it was everything. Like up until that point, it's almost like he merged all the styles in and then produced this like near perfect track. It's one of his best. I think. It just sounds so good. So good.
It's sad that I listen to it every day because it's like obviously my feelings aren't hurt every fucking day, but in that moment in time, I was feeling the song so much that it kind of it's become part of me. It's like part of my DNA now.
Yeah, and it's interesting again. Like I'm going to explain. We might as well go into my pick actually. So like what you're saying about how it's a kind of letter to Ariana Grande and how like he's kind of. For me, it's like it's the kind of period after getting over it. He's out of it now. He's gone through it and he's out of the woods. And my pick is Woods because I also feel that this track is something to do with maybe not that relationship, but just about relationships in general and about going through the tough part. But yeah, my pick's Woods. Yeah, that song's it's a heartbreaker. It's beautiful, but it's a heartbreaker.
It feels good, but I know you said it's about Ariana. I feel like that's just about addiction in general. So yeah, he was probably a little bit addicted to Ariana, but also it's just like that whole do I can I get enough, that whole type thing. It's just about and love can be addicting, But sorry, you were saying.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, yeah, I always thought of it more about relationships rather than drugs, but I guess it could be both, could be either. But yeah, I see it as a companion track to Hurt Feelings. It's like, well, first of all, there's the water drops at the beginning, which reminds me of swimming. But like I say, I think for me, interpreting as a relationship and the breakup of a relationship, it's talking about going through that rough period where you're hurting and the days are going slow, and then Hurt Feelings is like. You've gone through that, you've processed it. You may still feel bitterness, you may have questions, but that there's a bit more of an uplifting feel to Hurt Feelings. Like he's over it, but there's still stuff lingering. And this one, yeah, man, see, when I first heard Circles, I struggled to return to it because of how it was painful to listen to. But this was the track that immediately went into the playlist, specifically nighttime. Like driving at night. This is one of my driving at night tunes. Just takes me on a journey. So this is the one that has been in rotation the most since that album. Now I can listen to it more. I've kind of, it's not as hard to sit through. But yeah, this was the one that initially just was stuck in my head and needed to be played more. And the production as well. So good. The bass line with I don't know if you can hear the little acoustic guitar, and then there's the synths as well coming in. It's
nice.
Beautiful song, man.
It's nice.
Yeah.
And this is, once again, Matt coming fully into his own, this kind of like neo soul-y type, bouncy type beat where he just finds all these weird pockets and bits to be in the song or in the track where it's like, no one else can really do anything to this. This is his song. This is his beat.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of Objects in a Mirror a little bit as well. Just the whole thing about, because that one's like vaguely about drugs, but also about a relationship and like just that whole addiction thing. Like there's similar topics in this one. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I need to think about that more.
It kind of takes it, but yeah. It kind of takes the wind out of you a little bit.
No, 100%. I'm still, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's on to you, Theo. Yeah. It's on to your era 4 pick.
Man. God, man. Following from yours, man, mine's sad as well. That I'm struggling
It's
here
all fucking
because
sad.
no, I'm struggling because my pick is not the pick. It's difficult because Self-Care for me is top 3 of my Mac songs, and I really, really want to pick it, but it's not the pick. It's not the pick that I was going to pick because there's another song on Swimming that is just, I don't know. It's just, it's bloody deep and bloody sad, but it's beautiful at the same time. So,
Oh, jeez.
I'm not gonna go with.
It's the one you've been guessing, isn't it? You've been posting it. I saw you post it on the group like 2-3 times.
Man's been revealing his picks for weeks in advance, man.
I think I know which one it is, Theo. Should I say? I feel like I know. Is it 2009?
Oh, bloody hell, he's worked it out. Yeah, it's that one.
Theo, you posted it on the group like 3 times, I think.
Literally, every time we talk about Mac, he's like, but this one, though. But this one, though.
It's just spoilers, man. Oh, God. But I think everyone knows Self-Care. Self-Care will always be, top 3. Sorry, I don't mean to keep going on. It'll go top 3. We need to hear 2009, man. We need to hear this.
We do. Put it on.
We do.
Tiny Desk got me loving this one, man. Takes me straight back to that Tiny Desk, man. That's like in my head, I'm like, that's one of the last times I saw that man alive, and I was just so excited for his progression as an artist back then.
I was so proud of him seeing that Tiny Desk.
It was beautiful, wasn't it? It was so good, and it really was. I mean, yeah, that song kind of knocks the wind out of you. It's just, it's. Yeah, so bittersweet
why did you
for
pick
me.
it, Theo? Why did you pick
because
it?
I feel like
to you?
Because that song, even though we lost, it's like he came to peace with the fact that he was going to go, which is so sad to say and so sad to hear. But that's what I get from the song. I feel like he's it's hard for me, man, because Psyche knew this was it. I'm knocking on death's door, but I'm okay with it now. I'm at peace with if I go, then this is what I go. I'll go with my music. But it's almost like he wrote this to himself as well. You know, that's the scariest bit about this. This is almost like he wrote this to himself to say it's okay. Like I've lived my life. This is who I am. Like I've had the best life. I've lived it to the fullest. If I go, this is it. I'm going out with my songs. I'm going out with my music, and I can go on to the next life. And it's so hard to that's the message from that song. But that's what I get from the song, and it's so bittersweet every single time I listen to it, because there was a point after he died I couldn't listen to this song because it was too hard. I can listen to it now, but it's just I felt like that song needed to be played. That even though how much I love Self-Care, but I just felt I had to pick 2009. Had to.
No, so it's a good choice. I'll give you that. It is a very good choice. It's Mac coming to terms with it all again, which is odd, because it's like he was alive making all this music, but he was alive and planning to perform this music. Then he died, which is mad.
It's reflective, this one. He's reflecting on his career and his journey to date, and like you said, there's this kind of acceptance and inner peace. I agree that I think it's to himself, but then when he's saying like she don't cry no more, who's that? Is that his mum? Who is that? Like,
it could be anyone, couldn't it? It could be his mum. Yeah, it could be his mum.
Anybody who's been in his life.
I don't know.
He knows he's caused a lot of people a lot of pain with the way he used to like to live. You know what I mean? So you just don't.
Yeah, because he's got a lyric in an earlier song where he says something like, "My dad wishes I smoked weed and nothing else," or something like that, or "I did weed and something like that," where he's kind of talking about how his parents are receiving him. Something else about how he doesn't like talking to him on the phone anymore because of the way he is, and things like that. So yeah, it just made me think of that. But I guess this song for me is like, if I were to make a quote unquote perfect Mac Miller album, this would probably be the closing track. I know it's really like sad and whatnot, but I just think
I know what you mean,
it's
because it's the acceptance. It's the acceptance for me
Effective
that you
as
get from
well.
this song.
It's like
Yeah,
you hear it all in the song. He's looking back and just seeing like he's not that young, innocent kid anymore.
The production choice is perfect as well. The piano reminds me of like a lullaby or a music box or something like that. And then you've got the kind of Kanye chipmunk soul in there as well. It's just it's childlike and it's nostalgic, but then you've got these very sort of mature and self-aware lyrics as well. It's another like perfect song, really. It's incredible. That was brought to life by that Tiny Desk concert. You can hear it in his voice as well. It's the vocal performance as well.
It's
Very
beautiful.
soulful.
The melodies that he holds and like just flows around with. I love that.
Yeah.
we're about to cut, just to let you know. So I'm glad you guys stopped perfectly. Didn't want it cutting off.
Once it gets to a minute, everyone gets a bit of prank. All right, in and out, Kieran, and then we're done. She ain't got a crown no more. Look to the sky no more. Boo doo 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 doo.
Where it goes.
I don't know where Sean is. Sean's bragging about how it takes him like
Yeah,
3 seconds to come back in. This man
He's
is
probably
nowhere to be
getting out a
seen.
couple tears before joining you. Shit, man.
Just dry the eyes. He ain't got a cry no more. Hold on, Sean. Do you look to the sky no more? He is having a bit of a moment.
I was right.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
saw
he's
the
having a moment.
breather.
Yeah.
You
Right.
guys got me crying on the podcast, man.
Ah, man, it's proper
lot.
emotional though, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
proper emotional.
You help me understand it as well. That's all. No.
Yeah, we're waiting for you. It's your
Yeah,
pick.
yeah,
We're
it's you,
just
man.
chilling.
I wanted to play a weird one because basically, you know when Faces re-released, they had Yeah at the end, and that song leaked in 2019, but it only officially released to Faces. I mean, for me, that's an error 4 Mac, because it's like, when was he holding that song for? Because it obviously wouldn't work in the swimming in circles period. So I feel like it could have been like a post swimming in circles release. I don't know, does it count?
I don't think I can take another. I can't take another. Anything from circles.
My other pick was trust me. This is why I'm trying to move on. But
that's
like,
what I mean.
my other pick was Ladders. No, my other pick was Ladders, which is like exciting in it. I love the sax in that. Really, like every time that song comes on and the sax comes on, I'm like, oh, yeah, really gas. Put on Yeah, because I feel like put on Yeah. It's an interesting song. Like sounds like a James Bond theme.
Yeah. Epic.
It's a nice closer as well.
Yeah, that's such a great song.
I see what you mean about this sounding like a Mac Miller, a James Bond song. It does give those vibes. In our lifetime, we'll definitely hear a rap James Bond theme, because at the moment it's always a singing song.
That could have been it, though.
Yeah, that could have been. Yeah,
definitely could have been.
I was thinking Little Sims could make the next one. You know.
Oh, she's wavy.
What she did on her new album.
She would. Oh, shoot.
Would have been
That would just
crazy.
be unbelievable.
But back to Mac, that vocal performance, I think that's his best singing, probably on any song.
It's emotional.
It's up there.
It is.
Yeah.
The notes he's hitting, the strength he's hitting them with.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's a bonus track on Faces, And I do
I don't
hear
understand
some
it,
of the
yeah.
faces. I do hear some of it, but at the same time, it wouldn't have fit in with that
Not
project.
at
No, it
all.
wouldn't.
Nah.
Yeah.
It's a bit too far forward for that. You know what I mean? It's a bit more like what he does on the Divine Feminine and on
And
Swimming and
Circles.
Circles. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's more like
Yeah.
that, but it doesn't sound like that. It doesn't feel like
Yeah.
that. It feels a lot more anthemic. And one thing about Mac, he doesn't really make that anthemic music. You know what I mean? That chorus is so easy to get because it's only really 1-2 words, you know. Am I alive? Yeah, 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 yeah. Da 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 da. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, this is what I was trying to say. Like a lot of the time, artists do make tunes and then hold them back for when they're ready to release. Like that, it makes sense in their career progression. So, like, I do feel like this does fit into this end era because surely at some point he would have released this. Like, how can he
Well,
not?
It's getting to
he
that
would
level
have definitely. Yeah.
where the crowd sizes would have been big enough where a song like that makes sense. If you know what I mean, like certain songs need to be sung by a massive amount of people for it to feel the way it should feel. So I don't know. We'll never really know what was meant to be what and what's not come out versus what should have come out and blah blah blah. But that song is amazing. It's a nice way
I
to
thought it
close
was
it out.
a good ending because it's like what could have been kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I guess to wrap up, we may all want to say a few things. I guess for me, there hasn't been a celebrity, let alone a rapper, whose death affected me the way Mac Miller's did. And it took me a long time to understand why, but I think I know now. So like Mac Miller is not, I wouldn't consider Mac Miller, you know, my favorite artist or my favorite rapper or anything like that. I don't think he'll go down as one of the greatest rappers or have one of the greatest albums, any of these things. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, but I think his journey and his soul is what makes him so endearing. And I guess, you know, his career was up and down and up, and it went in different directions and whatnot. And I guess it's like life. It's not all hunky dory. You don't like start off at the top and then just keep ascending. You go through strife and struggles and whatnot. And I guess for me, on a personal note, I fell in love with hip hop around sort of 2010 to 2012. I was like a sponge, and it's a time in my life that I hold dearly. And my discovery of him was bang in the middle of that. So I feel like I've grown not only in terms of my musical taste, but as a man with him. So when he died, it was like a shock to the system. And to this day, even now, I feel like my voice going a little bit. But just miss it, man. I just something that
He
will
was
always
same
bug
age as
me.
us as well. I get that. I get what you're saying.
It's one of them things as well with Mac, that like Sean said, he's not one of the greatest of all time, whatever, but even in any legendary team or legendary time, there's other people that are competing or other people that are on that team that boost or that support the foundations of what those people, those people's legacy and those people's greatness. And Mac Miller was definitely one of the front runners in this new school of rappers, but the reason why he never really got to where he got to is one, because he's white, and let's not lie, white rappers in hip hop, except for Eminem, they get a hard time and they get this and they get that. But Mac was always genuine, always stuck to his own little thing, was always himself, and I feel like that's why he had so much longevity and almost like a cult fan base. I wouldn't say I was part of his cult fan base, but I definitely was always a fan of his progression, his journey, and his honesty, because he's one of those rappers who, if you listen to his project, you could hear exactly where he's at right now and understand exactly where he's at right now. Whereas a lot of rappers, you don't really know what's going on with them unless they have to do the interviews where they go, oh yeah, I'm in this zone. This album, I was trying to give you this. I'm trying to give you that. Mac Miller never had to do the interviews to explain where his album was coming from or what he was trying to say, because it was there. It was there plain as day. The ability was there plain as day. And it's just, he's one of those people that is, immensely talented, and that's shown by the amount of people that worked with him, both legends and new school people coming up and whatever. But just gone too soon because after Swimming, I was excited to hear what his next project would be, and I was even thinking like, oh shit, I need to pay attention next time he comes over. I want to see him on tour. And then boom, he was dead. So it hit me a bit, and it's weird because normally rappers' deaths are like, oh yeah, whatever, they're dead. But this one I was a bit like, nah, man. Do you know what I mean? It's just a bit.
Like I
bit
had a
too
lot
much.
of regrets with Mac because obviously I'm hyper emotional with artists, and like I was hating him a bit. Then I was like, am I interested? I don't know, man. It was just like so up and down, and I felt like I never got to like experience Mac in like in a following kind of way. Rather like I'd happened to notice, oh, he's actually got a new single. I'll check that, and I like that. But I didn't really follow his releases, and I just regret that. But I don't know. I feel like I got some sort of reconciliation when Face's reissue dropped. It felt nice, felt fresh and new again. I think
What
he's
about you, Phil?
incredible. I do think he's one of the greatest ever. Like for anyone that doesn't know his discography and you go through it, it's crazy to listen to some of the stuff he released.
It's a good journey. It's definitely a good journey, and it's
Yeah, yeah.
it's one of those songs where it's about if you're an artist as opposed to being a rapper, then you should just stick to what's true, and what's true is just being yourself, speaking about what you know, what you like to do, and how you like to do it, and all that kind of stuff.
Honesty and integrity. That's what he's got.
Yeah, it's a pure journey, very pure.
Yeah, 100%.
What about you, Theo?
Because I just his death affected me a lot because I just feel that Mac's uniqueness is just what draws. Well, it always drew me across to him because he's just different, and he found his own lane, created his own music. He's, for me, the definition of an artist. Like it's just the music he creates and just makes and sends you on a journey and paints a picture is just and puts you into vibrant different zones is just incredible. And the fact where I was listening to Swimming and I just loved all of it. Obviously it was sad and like dark, but when he passed, I was like, the thought of not getting another Mac project again was just, I don't know, it's just heartbreaking. So when Circles came out, it just broke me in a way. And it's the fact that he's young as well, man. He was still growing as an artist. That's the thing. That's the saddest part about it. He was really finding his own lane where he was just making some of the best music. I know it was sad, obviously, the topics that he was making, but his artistry was just amazing. And to be honest with you, I can't think of many artists that make me feel the way that Mac Miller did. So that's why when he goes, and I don't know if there's ever going to be another artist like that. I know it's sometimes cliche to say that, but I can't see it. I can't see it. He was in his own different lane, and I always look forward to what Mac was going to bring. So seeing him go is just hard, but at least
as well.
Yeah.
You can't grow up with an artist again. We're already grown up.
Exactly.
Now. We're already into adulthood. So there's no time for us to spend making these mad memories, or just chilling and becoming who we are now with another artist. Like, yeah, you might like another artist's music again, but it will be attached to like, oh, I'm out with the kids, or I was on my way to work, or I decided to do this on the way to there. But as a kid, you don't remember where or when you were listening to things per se, but you're listening to them a lot. Like a lot. And it's like for Mac Miller's progression over the 7 years that we did have him and that we did listen to him, it was amazing. Yeah, and precisely. I don't think we're seeing artist progressions in the same manner anymore. Like people get better and better, but do they become more honest
he
and find
changed
their
himself.
sounds? Yeah.
Like every single project, it was something kind of like what Kanye does in a way, right? But I don't know, maybe even more.
He was growing, wasn't he? That's the bittersweet bit. He was growing like that. That's the hardest, but that's the hardest bit to take.
Circles has his best artistry, no doubt.
100%. Well, talking about Circles' best artistry, in that video, it blows your mind. So the end of Circles, not the Dulux version, the end of it, the chord is like sort of unfinished, but if you play it on a loop, it joins up with the start again because it goes in a circle. Honestly, it blew my mind. This is what I don't think that's a fluke. That is done on purpose because what Mac's like. That is
crafting albums is an art form, and not everyone's got it.
Yeah,
people make good albums to make a. Huh?
Heady One done that recently as well.
Hey, Heady One's
the looping album.
Oh, Heady One. Oh, Jesus.
I just want to say that I rate that.
What that mixtape? The mixtape he did.
Yeah.
Notice how
yeah,
notice
that's
how
an
I put
album
down my
for me.
list.
Yeah,
Notice
that's
how I
an
put down
album
my
for me.
list. Yeah.
My list is wrong, man. I need to
I had
fix
to
my
put it on
list.
the list, man.
My list is all over the place because we're recording that soon, and my list
What
ain't
were
right.
you, Steve, what were you saying? Sorry, I shouldn't have interrupted.
I think you finished.
No,
I think the episode finished where Theo was talking about the loop.
I just wish I saw Matt live. That was such a. He was in
Trust.
London, wasn't he? At 2013. I wish I saw him live, man.
What do you mean? That's a long time ago, man. No one was really checking it for him like that.
No, I know, but
I
still,
feel like he
just
hasn't
seem-
actually come to the country when I was first an adult and two when I had money because I would have gone otherwise. Do you know what I mean? Like I really feel like I either slept on it or it never happened.
I had a chance to go in 2011. I had a chance. I didn't have the money personally, but I reckon I could have,
Begged and borrowed. Yeah,
my parents but I didn't do it, and I regret that now. But just to kind of briefly bring it back to Circles, I think that Circles is arguably one of the greatest, posthumous records that
Any genre,
found, especially from yeah. Well, yeah, I was going to say definitely from the rap and hip hop world, but any genre, and the way his career has been handled since then, the class, and you can tell that the family are very much involved, and nothing feels forced, nothing feels like they're trying to make a load of money from him, and John Bryan, who produced a lot of Circles as well, has really sort of handled that music in a way that I personally think that Mac would be proud of, even if it isn't exactly how he would have made it. But yeah, man, rest in peace, Mac. We miss you, and happy birthday, because we'll be dropping this on his 30th birthday, or what would have been his 30th birthday, which is crazy.
Hey, this is Kieran, and thanks for listening. Shout out to my Indian people, I see you. Don't leave without hitting the link in the podcast notes to join our Discord server, where the discourse of our episodes continues. We've got curated playlists and more for you to check out there. Namaskar.